All right. So we are going to welcome our guests. My name is Sarah, and I work for the Racial Equity Office. And we have two special guests with us today. We have Dr. Toya Harris. Can you wait, Toya? You're on, Toya. And then Tonya. Okay, yes. So I think I have your names messed up on there.
Oh, we switched, so maybe that's why. Because when we read it, it says she's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's different for us. Yes.
Okay,
Or, okay, no, watch this. This is what we didn't even tell like the students, like they're twins, if you didn't notice before. This is why. Yes, we have it. So their names are written right at the bottom, and now they're sitting next to their names. Yes. So it's Dr. Toya is on our left. And Dr. Tonya is on our right. Yes, so welcome to our webinar. We're so glad to have you here.
Hey everybody, thank you for having us.
Yeah. So let's get started with you guys telling us what your current jobs are, because you work together.
Yes. So we're both chiropractors. We specialize in sports mainly, but we really do treat everyone. And we have our own practice together. It's called the BluePrint.
How did you come up with the name BluePrint?
Oh, wow. Okay, so long story short, we were in the middle of chiropractic school, and the founding principle of chiropractic is that the power that made the body heals the body. And so we were thinking about, like, we have this blueprint, and we were thinking about DNA, but, you know, like, we have this blueprint that we have pretty much everything that we need in our body, mostly, right? So to heal ourselves and everything like that. So we kind of just wanted to make sure that that was a focus of our practice, and that we could get that message out.
That's great. Yeah. And so then the squared, is that y'all? Because there's two of you. Yes, there we go. All right. Do you guys have any other siblings?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're not leaving out other people.
No. In our family, our mom's a twin, and there's twins in every generation on both sides of our family. So after she found out she was pregnant with twins, she was like, no more. There's just nothing.
Yes, yes. Oh, okay. Yes. I always wonder that, like, if you had like another sibling, like, where do they
fit for them?
Yeah. That's so fun. All right. So you guys have a great educational background. And I think it's so interesting for like students to be able to hear like the different paths that people can go on. And so I would love for you to like explain what your bachelor's degrees were in, and then all the way up, because you have, between the two of you, you have 8?
Yeah.
Yes, 8 degrees and a high school diploma. So not 10. Okay. Yeah.
A lot. So we went to the University of Texas, and originally we never wanted to be doctors at all. So that's kind of why you see our degrees kind of bounce like all over the place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we wanted to go to law school. We wanted to be sports agents for the longest.
Oh.
So we took our and everything. And then we majored in sport management. So our bachelor's and our master's from the University of Texas at Austin. So hook 'em for any Horns fans out there.
Everybody, there we go. There we go.
Is in sports management. And then we were managing like a sports performance gym, and really learned a lot about the body and like how we could help people naturally. And that kind of opened the door for us to pursue chiropractic. So we went to chiropractic school, got our doctorate in chiropractic. At the same time, we also got our master's in functional nutrition. So
yes. Yeah. That's the one that I saw thrown in there, the nutrition. But I feel like when you put all of those things together, it does make sense. Mm-hmm. It's just not like they're kind of on different pathways when you're in school.
Right. Yeah, we definitely happen for a reason, and they all have been very helpful. Mm-hmm. I know when we got into chiropractic school, one of our professors was saying, you know, this is just an area of interest that can like help you with any career that you so choose. But so don't like think it limits you. Think about it more as like, okay, I'm really good at this, and I want to continue to study that, and look at the opportunities that it can provide for you. It may not only be in that field. So I tried to take all of the lessons that we learned throughout our collegiate experience for the practice.
And I'm sorry, who did you say told you that?
One of our professors in chiropractic school.
In chiropractic school. Okay, yeah. I think that that is such a great thing to tell students, because you really should be learning something from everywhere that you are, you know. And so I think that that's really important to think about. Yeah. So why did you guys decide to not do sports training?
Sports
you were gonna do, yeah, okay.
So, I mean, while we were at UT, we worked like for UT athletics. We worked for USA swimming and diving, USA taekwondo, you name it, X Games. Like we were working all of those events, and it just, one door just kept closed. Like the right door never opened for us. Like we would apply for different interviews, and we would never get the job, or we would get closed or apply for jobs, get the interview and get closed, but never have a position offered to us. And we didn't kind of understand what was going on. So we're like, maybe this is not the right path we're supposed to be taking. So took a lot of prayer, a lot of convincing. But some of our friends were like, I totally think I would make great chiropractors. You should definitely try this out. You know so much about the body. We managed a sports performance gym. And he was like, y'all know so much already, just to go do it. And we're like, I don't know. And yeah, here we are now. So shout out to him.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, his name should be somewhere. You know how people hang up the first dollar bill that they make? Have you ever seen that in stores? Yeah, y'all should have like a little picture of him. Yeah. So we've done like a bunch of these career webinars now, and people say all of the time, like one of like the repeating themes that we hear is that they were just like drawn to something and other things just didn't work out. And they had thought they might want to do it, but then they just found something, it clicked, and everything fell together. And so I think that happens so much more often than we tell students, you know, that you can change your mind and still learn something along the way.
Yeah, you definitely have to have it figured all out. And I know it feels like that, especially for when you're about to graduate and they're like, oh, what are you going to do? And then if you don't know, sometimes that's a little bit frowned upon, but just really embrace that, because experience is your best teacher. And it will open you the door for a lot of different things that you might have never even thought of.
It's true. It's true. And the people that you meet along the way. Yeah. So what advice would you give students who wanted to be chiropractors? What advice would you give those students?
So there's a lot of different things. I feel like the biggest thing for me, and this is probably more general advice, but I feel like a lot of chiropractors struggle with this, like because of the sciences, and you have to know all the stuff about the body that a lot of people don't necessarily understand, right? They haven't been exposed to it. I think the biggest thing is communication, learning how to communicate effectively for whatever it is that you're trying to do. And I know that can be applied across the board, but that's where I've seen, like, I feel like most chiropractors struggle. They don't know how to communicate with their patients about what's going on, or just talk to them in general. And I think they end up losing people because of that. But as far as school is concerned, you definitely need to know your anatomy, physiology, the basic sciences, biology, all of those, chemistry too. All of those things are going to help you. You know, I know they're tough courses, and they're not necessarily like what we do on a daily basis, but they help you get into chiropractic school and be able to stay there and have a really good foundation. Because I think people see what we do, like, oh, you are just people, or you work on their muscles, or you give them exercises. But having that strong foundation in all of those other sciences helps me do my job every day, and it helps you get licensed to be a chiropractor, because they don't just say, hey, can you do this test on someone, you pass. There's a lot of things that go in to the back end of things that people don't see. Yeah, if you want to practice in Texas, there's 5 board exams you have to pass.
How many?
5.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a good question. That's a good thing to tell. Like, how long is chiropractic school? And there are some really good schools here in Dallas, aren't they?
There's one school in Dallas, and then the other, there's only 2 in Texas. One is in Dallas, and then the other is in Houston. Well, it's Pasadena. So,
okay.
But yeah, it's 3.5 years long. That's if you can go half-time, but half-time is 16 credit hours per trimester. So half-time is still like a full load, but you can take, like, we took 23, in between 23 and 30 credit hours per trimester. So, and you don't get summers off. I know I'm probably making it sound really terrible. They're probably like, why would I ever want to become a chiropractor? But it's intense. But it's so worth it. And when you come through on the other side, but it's 3.5 years.
320 credit hours? You guys were taking 23 credit hours.
I think our biggest load was 36, yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that is a lot. That is a lot. Is that the kind, so is this the kind of thing that students usually don't have jobs while they're going to school?
Most of the time. I think it's changing now because with the pandemic, some classes like went online, or you can like watch the lecture. So I think there's a little bit more flexibility to be able to work now. But when we were going through school, we were there from 8 to 5 every day, literally in class. So yeah, it's like a full-time job.
Yeah. How did your business change during the pandemic?
We actually started our business during the pandemic.
So,
February 22nd, 2020.
No.
2021.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like so 3 weeks before everything should.
Oh, no, sorry. 2021. We graduated December 2020. Yeah.
Oh, so inside. Oh, wow. Okay.
In the middle. Full swing.
Wow.
We weren't in quarantine anymore, thankfully. But yeah, so 2021 we started, and it really kind of changed our business model because we wanted to be able to go to people. So we, had an office, but we decided that it would be best for us to kind of go to some of our patients who were immunocompromised, or they had different health issues that were preventing them from coming in. And we started a mobile component to our business, and it's still actually going, believe it or not. But I'm glad that we were able to provide that flexibility to some of our patients who were shut in.
What you guys said that you do a lot of, you're primarily focused on like sports. So what does that mean?
Oh, so we treat a lot of athletes. So we treat a lot of youth athletes. We treat some professional athletes, collegiate athletes. And so basically, but it's really, I say that, but it's really the same principles we apply to everyone. It's basically like, okay, say you had certain goals that you want to achieve in your life. You just come to us and we'll help you figure out, okay, hey, this is something that maybe we can do better. This is where we have an opportunity to like help prepare you for XYZ daily activity that you have to do. Or if you told us you want to run a 5K, we could put a plan together for you and help you like achieve that goal. Yeah. Whatever people really want to do in their lives, we want to be able to help them do that through learning them and teaching them proper movement, and also like adjusting them and, doing all of the other cupping and dry needling things that we do too.
Oh, you guys do that?
Yes.
Ooh, that's exciting. You guys are gonna have to Google that and see what that is. Yeah. That's fun. What would you say your favorite client, like if your favorite client walks in, what is it about that person that would make them your favorite client? Like not like Michael Jordan. I mean, like what what characteristics would that client have that you'd be like, yes?
I think the main one for me is that they have a good sense of humor and that they can carry a conversation, because sometimes it's just really awkward when people are so silent on the table. And I don't know if they're okay. I don't, it's hard to judge, but when people are talking and having a good time, it makes the experience better for everybody. I would probably say, but in addition to what she said, people having an open mind, because I know there's different types of chiropractors. There's chiropractors that only treat pregnant women. There's chiropractors that only treat babies. And so we treat mamas too. I love our mom patients, but keeping an open mind, because we're probably telling you things that you may have not heard before, because our path is different from an MD. While we learn a lot of the same things as MDs, we can't prescribe medicine. So a lot of things that we're telling you to do to kind of help you they're all natural. So you may not have been exposed to them. So instead of like just shutting them out, just saying, hey, I'm going to keep an open mind. Let me try it for a few weeks and see if it works.
Okay. So that's your favorite client. What about your favorite, because you guys are business owners, so what would your favorite employee be like?
Easy to work with and a really hard worker, because we work really hard. and we wouldn't leave them out to dry or anything like that.
No.
I feel like it needs to be kind of like an open relationship. So, hey, like, you know, they're okay with telling us things, and, you know, we're very inclusive. We don't want to leave anybody out. We want them to learn and to grow with us. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, but also a lot of fun and a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I feel very energetic. I don't know, I think we're introverted, but everybody thinks we like talking into people and everything. I mean, I do, but I'm very shy naturally. So I think, just somebody who's easy to get along with, but they're also very energetic, because we have to keep our energy up all day when we're treating patients. We have to give them a good service, and we have to give them an experience. So, and they already come in with enough. Everybody always has enough going on in the world. And I feel like sometimes when they lay down on the table, it's therapy for them. So just having a smiling face greet them can literally change everything for our patients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. It makes everybody's life easier if you can be easy to get along with. Yes. So my next question, I want to take it back like a little bit. How did you even know about chiropractic? Like, your friend like suggested it? What did you do after that? Did you just like apply to schools, or was there research that you did?
We definitely researched. We had been around chiropractors before. So the first time we saw a chiropractor was after an accident we were in when we were 16 years old. It was actually the week after we got our license.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh,
our
no.
Yeah, I know. The accident wasn't our fault.
Oh.
But yeah, so we did.
The lights have gone off. I don't move around enough, so my lights go off all the time.
But yeah, so we saw a chiropractor before we were 16, and we really didn't enjoy the experience that much. It was different. And then we saw a different chiropractor when we were working at the sports performance gym in Austin, and he eventually became our mentor throughout chiropractic school. But him, and he was just different. He worked a lot with athletes as well, and we trained a lot at that time, so it was easier for us to kind of understand some of the stuff that was going on. It was really cool. He really taught us a lot. Yeah. And so with him, and then our other friend was like, hey, I really think you should do this. They're also a chiropractor. Kind of just we did some research, and then what did we do? We researched schools in Dallas.
Because our friend was already in chiropractic school at the time. But
okay.
The moment I knew was when, like, we had a divine intervention. Like, we were taking a street to work every day in Austin called Parker Road, and the chiropractic school in Dallas is Parker University. So when I was on the road admissions, when I realized this, and I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm not gonna ignore you anymore. Like, we're gonna go.
Yeah. That's such a satisfying feeling when you're like, no, like, this is me. I belong here. Yeah, that's cool. I love that. I love it. Okay, so I'd love for you to explain to the students who might not know, because they might not be in high school yet, what a valedictorian is and what a salutatorian is. Because you guys have like a cool story with this. And so if you could explain it first and then tell them what you guys did.
Okay. So valedictorian is the person who has the highest GPA, or they've done the best in school the whole time, and they graduate first in the class, and they get to address the class. And so the salutatorian is the person who has done second best in school the entire time, and so they graduate as the salutatorian of class.
So first and second place.
Yes, first and second.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And so how did you come in high school?
I was the valedictorian, and Toya was the salutatorian.
Yeah. Did you choose? Like, when you were studying together, were you like, you know what, I'm going to give you this one? And you went back and forth? No.
When we were in school, we had no idea really.
Oh, wow.
I think our junior year, we didn't really know. I didn't know anything about that. I don't know why I didn't know. But yeah, we didn't know. So we just always put a lot of pressure on ourselves to study and really learn. We also, wanted to get into school, and we're like, look, if sports is not an option for us, we did play sports, but we weren't as serious about it as we could have been. We knew that our grades could get us scholarship money. So we just tried really hard, and apparently we tried really, really hard.
Yeah. We want to listen to birds of our parents too, because we knew that probably sending 2 people to college at one time was
At the
not.
same time. Oh yeah.
So we definitely wanted to try to take some of the pressure off of them.
Yes. I'm sure your parents appreciated that. So you did get scholarships to UT? Oh, wow. You guys, that's really impressive. It's hard to get into UT Austin. And so I'm sure like getting a scholarship there is even harder. Yeah, that's congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Yeah. Okay, so then your doctorate, is that the next leap? Yes. Okay, so what happened when you guys finished chiropractic school?
So I graduated first in our class, and then I graduated second.
Just love that. That's so awesome. My sisters and I don't have stories like that. But congratulations to you guys. Yes. That's so fun. I love it. Do your parents like tell people that all the time?
Our mom is the one who told everybody, and so
Yes.
We told her not to tell.
no. But now we know we can't tell her anything. I said, if you tell, I'm never talking to you ever again. And she literally put it on Facebook. But that's how we ended up on the Kelly Clarkson show, because she put it on Facebook.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah. So tell everybody about that.
So we got to be on Kelly Clarkson show. It was really cool. She's very sweet. And
She seems like a nice person.
super nice. But it was just because we grabbed like the whole story, because we ended up on like Black Enterprise, and like because of them we ended up trending a little bit because we graduated first and second twice.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it is really cool. Yeah. And your mom gets to do, that's like her payment for, raising children. She gets to tell everybody when you do something that she's excited about. Yeah. That's so fun. I love it. Okay. We are going to open up the Q&A to the students and teachers. You guys are welcome to turn in your questions, and we will ask the Drs. Harris your questions. We have one from Amaya Davis, and she would like to know, have you ever thought of being a surgeon? That's kind of like the opposite of what chiropractors do.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you think about traditional medical school? Maybe
I never wanted to be a doctor, so I didn't. I think the surgeons are great. I think they're definitely needed. I think there's a time and a place for it. But I never considered it myself.
I think I would be too afraid. For me, I don't like blood, so I don't really think that would be a good option for me. But hey,
you want to be a surgeon?
Go for it. Yes, please.
Yes, please do go for it. You know what? And I meant to say that at the beginning. I'm going to share my screen really fast and show you guys this. So it's Black History Month, and we wanted to talk to people who are in careers where there are not a lot of Black professionals. And there are 12.6% of the United States labor force. So 12.6% of the people working here in the United States classify themselves as Black. And only 5.4% of all doctors in the United States are Black. And so there's like a big disparity there, right? Like you would think that if there's 12.6 of us in a room, and then there's, a room of doctors, then 12.6 of us would also be the doctors in that room. And so there is like that disparity. And so all of our career webinars this month are going to be talking to people in these pathways that you can see on the screen now that have like a low number of Black professionals in them. And so next week, we're going to be talking to 2 attorneys, and then 2 architects, and then 2 tech gurus the final week. So yes, if you would like to be a surgeon, please be one. We encourage you to do that. All children, do it. Come back to Dallas ISD and tell everybody how amazing Dallas was. So Lisa would like to know how many years you were in college all together.
Just short of 10. So like, was it 9.5?
Yeah, 4, 2,
4, 2, 6, 3.5, 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. That's the age of a full-grown child. So you were in college a long time.
And we tell people we were professional students. We like to joke. Like, my mom's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, why? I'm a professional student. I'm just be really good at studying.
You're really good you are really good at studying though. Yeah. Yeah. So that is impressive. We have an anonymous attendee whose question is, what advice would you give a middle school student? So if somebody thinks that they really want to be a chiropractor in middle school, Like, what would you suggest they do to like get ready, and then also to really make sure that's what they want to do?
I would just say go shadow. I don't think you're ever too young to go shadow. I mean, in that age, a lot of stuff that we do can be broken down to be able, you can, I mean, people explain it to young toddlers all the way to older adults. So I think you should go shadow a couple of different offices, a couple of different types of chiropractors, and just make sure that's something that you really want to do.
Yeah, I mean, we've treated, so for some of our track teams that we treated in the past, we've had all the way from 5 to 18. And so all of them just having an exposure, a lot of times we were the first Black doctor they've ever even seen. So it was really cool. I felt like they were more attentive, and they just kind of wanted to listen and figure out like, hey, how does this work? Like, how is this helping me to get better? And so it's a really cool, we like having young people in the office. So
you can come shadow us.
You can come shadow us.
We can put our information in the chat if you want to.
Yeah, that's really nice of you guys to say, like, for real, because we hear that so often, that people like did these internships, and it's something that we see that Black students don't always have, and students of color in general don't have like these relationships. If only 5.4% of all doctors are Black, what are the chances that you're going to know one of those and you can shadow them? So I appreciate you guys saying that. That's really nice. Someone else has asked, what do you do to keep on the top of your career? So I think continuing training, education do you guys do, or TV shows that you watch, whatever you do?
We're constantly looking at different research articles. There's a lot of different websites we can go to and put our information, and it will email us the like most up-to-date research. Also, just immersing ourselves with like different other professionals in the field. Finding different things in our that we are interested in. Like, we're really big on rehab and movement. So just looking up different professionals in that field, taking their classes. I mean,
we also have mandatory hours.
Yeah.
That we have to do for a license. So we have 16 mandatory hours that we have to complete every year.
Okay. Teachers have to do that as well. So yeah, I think because teachers have like a certification license. Yeah, that's pretty common in a lot of careers. So that's something that you should be thinking about too when you're looking at careers. If you're really not into studying, that might not be an easy thing for you. Yeah. Okay. This is a funny question. This is from Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you're hilarious. What is the worst person you've ever met?
The worst person.
Yeah. So instead of sharing names, Mackenzie, what are the worst characteristics that you can see in people?
Yeah.
Quiet and boring. Is that what we heard you say? Those are the clients that are difficult.
Those aren't the most difficult. Not the most difficult ones. I think the ones that come in thinking that they know everything. And don't get me
because they read an article.
Yes. Like, and don't get me wrong, we have a fluid conversation. We see our patients as members of the team, right? We don't say, oh, I know everything because I'm the doctor, because that's not how it should be. You live in your body every day. That experience is very valid. But sometimes if we're telling you to do something, we just need you to do it. And stop saying that you have something else. Like, we could literally go on a laundry list of how you have all of the symptoms for something, and they'll be like, no, that's not it.
People come in, because I feel like I have to say this, especially for all the females out there wanting to become doctors. Your male
That's one of
patients,
the other questions.
Yeah, yes. Your male patients that think that they, want to try to date you. Like,
So don't ask your doctor out, is what you're saying to us? Okay.
It's a professional environment. We keep it that way.
Yes. Okay. I can see how that might not be. Yes. So someone did ask though about like being a woman in your field. Is that different? Do you see a difference? Like if 5.4% of doctors are Black, like how about women? Like what's going on in chiropractic?
So I feel like there's even less women because, for one, we're less than 2% of all chiropractors are Black, and that's across like the U.S. So we're already super low, and then women are, I believe, even less than that.
I think schools now are 50-50 in terms of male and female enrollment, but there are not a lot of
No,
women chiropractors?
no, period. Like of all colors, but of all races. But I feel like because it's more physical, so some people think women can't do a good job.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, people believe things. All right. Yeah. So, okay. Well, thank you guys. It is time for us. It goes
Oh,
by
sorry.
so quickly. I know. No, it goes by so quickly. I told you guys, like, it's amazing. A half an hour is super short. But I just wanted to let you guys give you guys a chance to like say anything that you feel like would be helpful to students. Like if you could go back to when you were, like in 8th grade or even 4th grade, like what would you say to yourself that would be encouraging?
Okay, so I would say it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to not have all of the answers. And don't be so hard on yourself all the time.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Someone said don't be so hard.
because if there are any perfectionists out there, like we were, live life. You're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna learn from them. I don't know. That's really all I got.
That was, I knew you were going to keep going and say what I wanted to say. But yeah, I think just don't be so hard on yourself. Enjoy the process. It's
Oh, yes.
don't get that time back. And I understand sometimes it's really hard, but all of those things are teaching you great things about yourself and things that you can carry into your career and just be the best version of you. As over time, right? Like everybody needs who you are. There's somebody out there who's waiting for you to do exactly what you're called to do, and just live with that and know that. And I promise everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that it doesn't matter if like you're in 8th grade or if you're your age or if you're my age, like those are all things that we can all be thinking about. Yeah. Thank you so much, y'all. We did have more questions in the Q&A. If I sent those to you, could you guys like email us back the answers and I can share them out?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Let me see. I have something else to share with everybody. If you could use the QR code and do the event survey, I will also put the link in the chat. But if you could do the survey, that's super helpful to us. So there's a place for you guys to tell us like what other careers you'd like to hear about. So we would appreciate that. And then these are our panelists for next week. This is Sherry Crosby Wheeler. She works for Fossil and right here in Dallas, and she is an attorney. And now she is a vice president at Fossil. So that's super exciting. And she is going to be here with Dr. Carter. And Dr. Carter just did like a conference here in Dallas last week about like land use and urban planning. And so she's a different type of attorney. And so that's super fun. And then we want to tell you about our African-American read-in on Friday, February 25th. We are so excited about this. It is all day long this year. It's going to start at 8:30. And then the student programming goes till 3. There's going to be a teacher workshop at 4 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, Tim Fielder, who's a comic book author and illustrator, is going to come and do a workshop on Zoom for like families. So everybody can come to that one. We're really excited about like all of these fun things going on. We have our pioneer lessons that teachers can look at. A different Black pioneer is highlighted every day. And so we are excited about being able to offer these things to everybody. But we thank you, Drs. Harris, so much for coming. We learned a lot. We hope everybody did. And if you have more questions, keep putting them in the chat. I can see the number growing. And then we will send them an email and they will get that back to us and we'll send it out to the teachers. So thanks for coming, you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, bye everybody. Have fun at school today and stay warm.